My name is Roy Bowen, and I've been privileged to serve as president of the Georgia Association of Manufacturers since 1984. Our roots go back into the textile industry. We were formed in 1900, and our mission is very simple. It's to add to the bottom line of our member companies.
GAM is an organization of men and women who are dedicated to the growth of business in this state. It helps provide a service to the employees of those member companies to make them aware of the issues that are necessary in running a company. The value of GAM brings awareness, brings camaraderie, it brings knowledge of other companies that are in our state.
I think what distinguishes GAM from other trade associations is that we focus strictly on manufacturing. One of the things we're able to do for smaller companies is be their voice at the General Assembly. They don't have the luxury, frankly, of having someone at the General Assembly or representing them in front of the Public Service Commission. Their expertise is in manufacturing. Our expertise is in achieving results through working with policymakers.
If you look at the way that we decide electric prices and look at capacity, it's a little bit like a judicial hearing. And you have many different witnesses and many different parties come in. It's important for the commission to hear from a broad spectrum of folks, and specifically it's very important to hear from the manufacturers, the job providers of this state, to hear from their perspective.
I've known Roy and known a lot of the members for a long time, and we knew that what we needed as we started this company was somebody that knew the regulatory environment, understood the Public Service Commission and what impact it would have on this new company. I found it to be very rewarding for me. The relationships that have been built and nurtured through this association are probably, to me, the most important things.
Well, one of the areas where GAM has been most helpful to Mohawk is in the area of tax policy. Through Georgia Association of Manufacturers leadership, we've been able to define the plant as really the entire plant, so that essentially all equipment or machinery that's purchased for inside a plant qualifies for tax exempt status.
You know, as a leader of a company in this state, we all have responsibilities to our employees, to the community, to the state. And I can tell you that GAM will help you as a leader in areas where you may not have considered being involved. There's a safety committee, there's an environmental committee, there's a legislative committee, there's a human resources plant management committee. So we send representatives from our companies to that, and invariably they come back with valuable insight and valuable information. We have been affiliated with GAM for the last 2 years, and I can tell you they have been a very strong advocate for our company and really for the manufacturers in the state.
One of our most recent achievements will save manufacturers in Georgia nearly $250 million a year. That's the repeal of sales tax on energy used in manufacturing. Georgia was at a very competitive disadvantage before the repeal. We assure our members that they'll receive substantially more in value, in bottom line value and bottom line savings, than they invest in us through their payment of dues.
Over the last couple of years, they've worked through the Public Services Commission to have our power rates reduced. We had the energy tax dropped for natural gas. And for us, in this location, it saved us well over $1 million a year. I don't know how many of you out there have excess people or plenty of money. We sure don't. And we see GAM as the most effective route to be represented on a broad range of issues that affect our business.
They went out and they did this as a tax policy to help attract companies to come to Georgia and create jobs for the citizens of Georgia. We came to be struck by the vision of the future that the organization had to represent all manufacturers in the state of Georgia, regardless of the product.
One of the initiatives that we've been very supportive of is the expansion of the port in Savannah. That's important not only for our companies that are assembling products, but even more importantly for companies such as Caterpillar, one of our newest members, that are using the port to export to world markets.
GAM is very valuable. It's the voice that's there at our Capitol, always representing manufacturing when any new laws are being passed, and educating our legislators on the importance of manufacturing and the vitality of Georgia's economy. And GAM is that voice that helps ensure that we will remain competitive.
We're as committed to the success of each of our companies as is any employee of that member company. We absolutely assure our member companies that we're going to return substantially more in bottom line savings than they invest in us.
GAM is the force in Georgia for the manufacturer, and we are excited that our membership finds that our relationship provides service to them and results to them.
We see a lot of value in the affiliation there, and we get a lot of value out of GAM. They really are the advocate for manufacturing in the state.
We are not a charity. If we can't return more to a member company than that member company invests in us, then we don't deserve to remain in business. But we've been in business since 1900 and we're continuing to grow. That tells me that we're doing the right thing for our member companies.